What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion. We really, really do appreciate it. We are talking Snowfall, guys.
Mhm.
Snowfall, this final season, season 6, titled Concrete Jungle. Franklin braces for fallout. Kane seeks revenge. Written by Dave Andron and Janine Daniels. My goodness gracious, we have so much to talk about. As you can see, I am not by my lonesome. I got my main homie right there to my left, Miss Tower with Reviewz TV. Hello, ma'am. How are you? I can probably guess, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. How are you doing today, ma'am? How are you
I
doing?
mean, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm excited to talk about this episode and I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you. I'm happy that you are here too. I'm excited, but it's probably obvious. I'm also very sad, and going to be holding my pillow extra tight tonight when I'm going to sleep. But guys, if you did not know, if this is your first time here, this is Miss Tyra with Reviewz TV. Her handle is on the screen if you want to follow her on social media. Her information is in the description box of this video. And like always, bam, she is right there on my channel tab, smack dab in the middle. This is what her channel looks like. Man, it's wonderful. And guys, she just crossed another milestone, 17,000 subscribers. Woo,
Hey.
woo, 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 woo. Please help her on her way to 20, not 20 subscribers, excuse me, 20,000 subscribers.
Yes.
I'm messing it all up. I'm messing it all up. But we're going to be talking about this. I can't even talk, Tyra. I'm so upset. We're going
It's
to be talking
hard.
about this Snowfall. Spoilers, okay? Full spoilers is if you've already seen the episode up, down, left, right, in, and out. That is your warning. And Tyra, before we get into the nitty gritty, and did I leave anything out? Okay.
No.
Before I get into the nitty gritty, first I just got to briefly discuss episode 5 with you and how I think Franklin is dumb. I was so frustrated with him for killing Teddy. I'm like, bruh, why would you do that? You had all of the leverage, you had all of the power. Your wife or soon to be wife, baby mama, and your mother-in-law were able to finesse this man. Y'all was able to kidnap this man without even knowing that he was kidnapped. And I can understand if you're gonna kill Teddy because he killed your daddy, Alton, but Tyra, we don't know that yet. There has not been a body. There has not been a confirmation. You may agree or disagree, but I was just so livid with Franklin. Like, bro, you are releasing the dragon out of the cage, and he is just going to wreck shop, like the mama said, scorch earth. And I would just, and of course, that's how this episode picks up. But I just thought that was moronic. I have to get your 2 cents on that part at least before we get into the concrete jungle episode 6 and all those crazy shenanigans. But yeah, where you at on that? Am I tripping? Am I in
No.
the okay.
No, you're not tripping. Like I loved it, first of all. Like of course it was not the best decision, but just in dealing with Teddy, who is always 12 steps ahead of everything, like as soon as we would have saw, where we were, like he it wouldn't have taken no time for Teddy to figure, like as soon as he saw the area code, like I know what it is. They didn't really
Right.
go far. He's like, I need to move while I can. I have to pull a Teddy on Teddy to get his attention. Like, even though
Mhm.
it clearly, from what you could see with V and her mother, like you didn't say this was a part of the plan. I didn't know that we would take him out, and they got us real invested in Paw Paw too. His little, sad stories.
Right, right, right,
But
right.
it just really puts it into perspective where Franklin is mentally. Like he is, man, he is really far removed from any logic thinking right now. It's just like, hey, I need my money. And I mean, despite it maybe, being irrational, it got Teddy's attention. Teddy is shook. Like
This
we
just
never we
true.
never see Teddy shook. Like if he I just don't I was here for it. I was
Hey,
here for it.
I'm here for it too, especially if I knew that Alton was dead at the hands of Teddy. But I'm like, last time I checked, bro, you didn't get that big shipment in from Ivy with all the machine guns and bazookas before he was taken out by Ruben. And what you got a few guards and the pro projects. This dude got the CIA on speed dial. So I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think you ready for all of that smoke. So But I'm okay. I'm glad that we're on the same page. But that's exactly how, and it was, Veronique and the mom, Marissa. It's Marissa. I think that's the, I would, yeah. They were just like, oh, and I'm like, they're gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the mom is like, that's
Yeah.
just why are you gonna lose your assets? And that's how this episode started off. And so I don't blame the mama.
No.
I don't blame the mama. I don't blame Veronique either, though, because I don't blame Veronique because it's like I would rather go with this man, like she said, that puts me first. You treated me like crap growing up all my life, but at the same time, I understand the mom too. Like this dude is tripping. That was completely in her eyes. She's like that was completely unnecessary. We were winning. We playing chess. We dominating the board, and you just want to, go kick the table for no reason, and mess up the game. Like, yeah, but I like so I see you nodding your head. How are you feeling about that confrontation at the airport and and Franklin posting up like he gonna do something?
Think we already saw that coming. I really low key didn't get V's logic. I understood where she was coming from. I think it really put things into place as far as where V's mom stands, because I never trusted V's mom.
Right.
It really, they set it up really well to look like she as well as V were maybe plotting on the left to run off with all of that money if they could, but she really I believed her this time when it was like, you know what, it's never been really about that money. I'm here to protect you. If I could get that little cut, that's okay too. But right now it's about you being my daughter and your man being unhinged and he's reckless. You need to think about yourself and think about your baby. The way I just didn't get it. This is not the same V who, sat down with Kane last season and was like, I want peace for my baby. Like she was acting like Franklin was the latter. I was like, you're still this is still, a really bad decision, even though you feel like he's putting you first. Is he really? He's prioritizing that money.
Right.
Like
Right.
it just really didn't seem logical. I thought if not this episode, then maybe next episode we'll have the really even if she doesn't want to go with her mom, like, you know what, I still need to make a move and think about my baby at this moment and leave. I'm thinking that we're going to have her leave later on because just the thing that she's brought up, like, oh, this is why I'm going to stay with Franklin. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me, and it's not in any way making the situation better than what it would be if I guess you were on the run 24/7 with your mother and the baby. Like, leave altogether.
Does have they established how far along Veronique is in her pregnancy? I'm just kind of
Been
curious.
pregnant a minute.
Yeah, I'm curious. And do you think that we'll see the mother at all in the rest of the season? You think she's done? Because I'm assuming we got 4 episodes left. Think
Mhm.
she'll pop back in one more time, or you think we've seen all of from her?
I think we'll see her again because her not leaving with her, that still, leaves it open for something to happen to her or the baby as long as she is still near Franklin. So I don't think she would just leave like that.
Okay, okay, okay. And with everybody doing shady things throughout the whole show, I think your boy also Gustavo is the only character that's still redeemable in somewhat. I don't think he's stabbed anybody in the back or double crossed anybody. I want him to make it. I want him to make it. You have anything with this scene right here? Just him to like, hey, Franklin's over here in Kansas City, killing Teddy's father. This and that. We got to get out of here. What? How are you feeling about Oso Gustavo?
I
So
love
far.
Oso.
Yeah.
I want Oso to make it out so bad. When we had the FBI talking to him and he was just tuning it out, he's just absolutely so exhausted. And I really want him to make it out. But when we started the show off with him being an informant, all the informants always get got. Like,
Yeah.
I lost all hope for that. But as far as him not stabbing anyone in the back, from the looks of it, he's going to stab Teddy in the back.
Oh
And
yes, that's
that's really, different for Oso because he's, if above all else, Oso is really, really loyal. But this is the first time we are like really seeing him put him like, I got to put me first, Lucius. I have to prioritize myself and my family and get out of here. I was more so shocked at the fact that even though we have the KGB in our corner, the FBI, CIA, just all of these organizations around, the person he felt like could handle business and really give him the best deal was Franklin. I was like, that's
yeah.
That speaks volumes.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. I mean, I love how it just kind of circles back around to the very first season
Mm-hmm.
of the show, and how they met. They've come so far and learned so much, and still not completely safe. But Jerome is trying to get safe. He was like, "F it," last episode when he was talking to Dion, and he has been driving and the drinking and the drinking and the driving. Comes back, smashes into some fixture, goes in there. Louie, I'm done. I want to go to Jamaica. It's not worth it. All the money. I'm done. I'm walking away. You don't mean that? That's the realest shit I've ever said to you. I was like, yes, Jerome, get out of there. Walk away from this woman, man. Where you at on this? You team Louie, you team Jerome. You team Jerome, you team Louie.
Ever been team Louie? What are you talking about? You know how I feel about Louie. Like, I was all here for Jerome. We have been waiting, like, it feels like for 3 seasons now, for Jerome to say something, and for him to finally admit to himself that she's broken. You're
Yes.
broken. You've never been satisfied despite everything that we have, everything that we've done. I am going against my own family at this point. I always have your back. I always put you first and protect you. When are you going to do that for me? Like, when are you
I
going to
love it.
listen to me? Like, I was here for all of it. Like, she almost had me in that moment when he got sober and they were really having that conversation. And I had to think about Louie from the first season and work my way back up, because Louie right now, I can't stand Louie. But
Right.
Louie has been, through a lot, and she has been used like her entire life. Like, so she saw her opportunity to never be back in that place again, or never be, used in any, Claudia, the whole thing. Like, I'm never going to be back there and be that person. This is my opportunity to claim something and have some power, like to low key protect myself. But despite everything that I've been able to do, everybody still sees me as Louie, the woman, the side piece, and I'm in control, but you're the voice, you're the muscle, you're Jerome, you're the everything. And just really admitting to herself that she feels inferior. I was here for it, B, but when she said, I just need more time, I was like, oh, get on the bus and leave right now, Jerome.
Yes, get on the bus, the plane, the helicopter, all the above. But man, I despised her even more in this. Like, you are gonna destroy yourself and everybody around you because of this insecurity. Now, look, again, to play devil's advocate or to at least try to empathize with Louie, it's not her fault that she messed up. And Jerome said that either this episode or the last one. And I completely, she's been through a lot, trauma and all that. But what I was, look, it's still at some point in time, you have to say, okay, enough is enough. I mean, it's not, Jerome cannot change the world. I cannot change how you're perceived. I mean, look, you're my wife, we're together, we're equal. All that should matter is what I think of you.
Yeah.
But you worried about these people that you would shoot in the face if they, miss a 20 on a drop or something. I don't know. That just really, I mean, I know you feeling me, but it's just, why I gotta get this out. This is just, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm not a relationship expert at all. And when I was thinking about therapy and how much she needed it, I needed, we all need it. But I was just like, damn, these are conversations that you need to have before y'all walk down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you want out of life? I know how you feel now, but where do you want to be in 20 years, 30 years, 80 years, if we live that long? And like, how do you, what do you want out of life? What do you want out of this marriage? What do you aspire to be?
Power.
What will make you satisfied when you're on your deathbed? Power, no matter what. Okay, wait a minute. I don't think.
Did you believe her when she said she didn't think that Teddy would take it that far?
I did, but I think it was still just ignorant of her. I don't think she was lying.
Yeah.
But what I did love in this scene though was just Jerome, his acting, like just the facial expressions he was making, just like it was a lot, just the squinting of the eyes and the nodding of the head, and just like like,
I don't want to hear that shit. I'm leaving. Like, that's I don't give a damn. I told you I'm done. Like, we're gonna make the last drop and I'm out of here. Like,
what do you say? I'm gonna do the motherfucking drop. It's just the way he said it. It was so subtle and fierce at the same
Like,
time.
yeah. I mean,
I was
goodness.
really. He was done. He was over it. He was over it. I mean, when she got the text, not the text message, but the page from Scully, and the way just like I'm done with this. Let
Yeah.
me. And he was done, but he was like, I'm still gonna go do the drop for you because yeah, I'm just frustrated, man.
Wait,
This
I'm trying to see.
guy
What did
this
she
guy has
say?
done everything for her, and it's just not enough.
What did she say? She was scared of Teddy and what he might do if she decides to walk away, right?
Right, right,
Mm.
right,
How'd you
right.
feel about that?
Uh, I mean, it wasn't. It didn't hold much weight. I'm not finna say that Teddy won't do anything. But I think she was kind of fibbing on that one, at least. It was a believable excuse. I was that could be true, but I think that she was pulling something out of her rear end.
Oh, I just
To be
this
honest with you,
episode
excuse
just
me.
reminded me of when they gave Franklin the proposition of what was happening, and her going to the plug, going behind the back to Teddy, and he gives that smirk like, oh, you want to be in front. Okay, well, you're gonna see what happens when you're out in front. Like, and boy, did she see what happens if she's out in front in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. It's ridiculous. We're gonna get to that though. We're gonna get to that. But I was kind of laughing on Sissy was like, nah, I'm staying in the projects. I don't want to be up in no fake, fake with a fake name in a hotel room on a cot. Teddy not gonna come through here. And I was like, I agree. He's not gonna come up in there.
And everybody's so broken. Like, the look on everybody's face when he got them all together to tell them to lay low and inform them. They're like,
Yeah,
we tired. I
yeah.
don't like, we're tired. We
Right,
don't
right.
care. Like, nobody cares about any of that. Like, I'm just how like reckless things are becoming. Everybody's just so exhausted and wants to be done with everything, and he's just like, yeah, we're 2 steps closer to be getting that money back. And they're like, are you done? Are you leaving?
Yeah,
Like, can you
right.
can you just get out of here with all of that energy? Like, don't even put Leon on the thing. I'm so sick of Leon. I'm mad at Leon.
Oh, okay. We gotta, man. I have no idea why you could be mad at Leon. I have no clue whatsoever. However, but let's look at this chess move right here. This queen said, F it, flew through all the pawns on the other side of the board and was like, I got you in check. We got Teddy versus Ruben. Teddy popping up at the crib. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty bold right here. I'm pretty sure that Teddy has a gun somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know. That was bold to me. I liked it though. I really do. Do you think Teddy can box? I'm just not. I don't know.
No.
No, I think he's just all talk.
No, not even. Like, I think Teddy is more of because Teddy mostly sneak attacks, or he's very, logical and thinking and very strategic about his kills. I don't just see him like, put him up. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I'm confident he can shoot. I
Mhm.
off the top of my head, I can't remember how many shootouts he's been in since the show. Somebody can let us know respectfully in the comment section or the chat. We did see Ruben box though with Avi,
Mhm.
and I was proud of Avi. He held his own, but Ruben, I don't like Ruben just because he killed Avi. I will be team Ruben or whatever, trying to take Teddy down, but you took Avi out, so that's what I'm saying. It's not that many redeemable characters, but I don't know if it had to come down to it, a little squabble or something. I think I'll give it to Ruben,
Yeah.
but we'll just have to see. Teddy, like you said, he's sneaking. He was sneaking your room and poison your tea or something. I thought that's what Ruben was doing
Yes.
over there, And when Teddy had the cup, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like
No.
I'm like,
Oh.
did he realize that? Oh man, it's not sugar. This is anthrax or something, like. So I wasn't sure, but I will say Teddy was convincing though in his threat. Like, okay, look, walk away. You just say it's a dead end, but if you're still in this apartment, what he said about tomorrow, I'm gonna kill you. I was like, okay, it did seem like he was for real, for real. You disagree?
He was for real, but this wasn't like the in control Teddy that we are used to. Teddy is shook. Like the CIA friend said, like you need to take a moment for what happened to your father to gather yourself. He's trying to
True.
pretend like everything is okay. There was just this tremble in his voice when he was talking to him. He was already whispering, but it was just everybody's just so exhausted. Even when we get into Teddy, he's just like, I'm tired. Like I don't even really just want to kill you. Can you just leave and act like you never saw me? Like,
Right, right.
because Teddy doesn't take any punches. Like he has no problem killing. Old Teddy would have just straight up killed Ruben and not, thought about it at all. But just the fact that he's giving Ruben an option, I was like, this is different. Teddy's never
Yeah.
given anybody an option. If he did, it was a lie, and he killed them a couple hours later. But that was different, and just I guess he, like you said, he kind of felt for him once he saw, oh, he's living maybe a secret life. He is gay. Maybe I can identify with that, and just wanting to just go off and be free, especially with the conversation. I call her Panera Bread.
Parissa.
I call her
Bloody
Panera
mouth.
Bread,
Yeah.
pepperoni Panera Bread. She's just
Yeah.
so bland. I just don't care for their dynamic that much. But that whole sense of just wanting to just run away and just be one with your lover and your money. And I can see that maybe you want that too. Like when he gave him an option, I was like pleasantly surprised, but it still was just some exhaustion coming off of Teddy and not so much control.
Yeah, I even forgot to bring it up. That was actually the opening scene of the episode where he was getting off the phone with Franklin and talking to the CIA guy. He called his loved ones, the mother of his children, his baby
Mhm.
mama, get out of here, it's a viable threat. And she's like, what happened? And all of that. And the guy was his colleague was about to tell him, hey, you're too close. He was like, no, it was a non-existent relationship, but I'm on and da 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 da. And he's like, hey man, do what you got to do, but my ass is on the line as well. And so, yeah, they did show how unstable he was and shook at the very beginning. But man, Franklin, like that wasn't smart, man. That wasn't smart.
I was just happy that Gustavo had, if he had just put all of his eggs into the KGB and he decides to take Teddy up on his offer, he would have, been stuck. So he made the right decision in going to Franklin.
He did right here. Hey man, I need my $10 million, bruh. I'm trying to get out of here. And hey man, one thing I didn't like is when Franklin was walking away, he was like, one more thing. The look that Franklin gave him, like he was gonna ask for some BS or something. He really just reiterating what you want to do anyway. Hey, make sure you kill Teddy, okay? We want a happy ending at the end of this story.
Tired.
I'm not trying to look over my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be in a jacuzzi. Okay.
It's crazy how everybody just wants to oh, I'm done now. I just want to get out. Like everybody just thinks it's that easy to walk away.
Yeah. And 10 million down to 1 million. You think he'll get his money and his passports?
Even if he does, I just don't have faith that Gustavo is going to. If he did, that would be absolutely amazing because I love Gustavo. But I just feel like with everything that's on Gustavo, as far as too many people know what's going on, we even had him, kind of saved by the bell with the situation with Teddy just being forthcoming with the information about, Ruben. But it's just too much going on. Like as soon as, Teddy was sitting outside of that bar, I was like, okay, Gustavo, it's over. It's absolutely over. The only, dynamic that you had in your corner was how much Teddy trusts you. And now that that's shaky, he doesn't have a whole lot going on in his corner.
So let me ask you that. Do you think he admitted about Gustavo also admitted about Ruben to Teddy because he was genuinely concerned, or you think he was just trying to save face because he knew Teddy was lurking? He was trying to cover his ass.
I think he was I don't think he knew Teddy was lurking at that point because when he brings it to his attention, he was like, well, how do you know about where he was already? He's like, yeah, because I followed you. I was outside the bar. And he was like you followed me? Like, well, thank God I told you what's going on.
This would have been it right here, would have been game over. Okay. I got you. But yeah, now I guess it's paid off. The information that King got that knows Louie has a horse at the ranch or at the wherever it's called, and the henchmen are waiting there. They let a horse go, cause some chaos and confusion, shoot the guards, and kidnaps Louie.
Mhm.
And at first I was like, damn, is she finna die right here? I was like, oh no, I remember Kane said that he wants her alive. And then Kane calls Franklin, and Franklin shows up. I did not know what to think. I was saying to myself, Tyra, I know they beefing, but at the same time, men and real women have a code that they live by. And I know you're not going to just sit here and let her get beat on like this. You know what I'm saying? There's rules of engagement. And so we know how it turns out. But right now, at this point in time, I was really looking at Franklin with the king of side eyes, the side eye of all side eyes. Where you at on this? Because I
I
was
was right there with you, B, because
okay. Yeah.
I really didn't know because he was so unflinching with. By the time he branded that K on her, I was like, but I had a little hope just because he didn't jump at the gun to take it. Like, and I'm not taking her out. Like, what if that's what you want to do? I'm not doing that. And of course, that was Kane trying to test his loyalty. Kane is giving Man Boy and Scully a run for their money in this episode as far as sickness. But yeah, I didn't up until he is driving away from the warehouse. I didn't know because there was no leverage. Louis tried to, I could give you Teddy, and I didn't even know how to feel about her saying, you made me this way. I was like, what?
What? Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. My thing. Let me back up a little bit. Now, if I to be devil's advocate, but before we get to the disgusting part, which was very uncomfortable for me at least. I understand where Cameron's coming from. All he wants is Buckley.
Yeah.
Okay, he gonna kick her on the stomach a few times. No, I didn't like seeing it, but this is what she signed up for. They murdering each other anyway. So she was like, "Look, why are you not want to give up a crackhead?" I can't even think of the term I want to use. Buckley, the
What you
cop.
mean? She couldn't give up Buckley. As soon as
Why?
I give up Buckley, you're gonna kill Buckley, and then you're gonna kill me.
Who gives a crap about Buckley?
But the sooner she would have gave up Buckley, the quicker that they would have killed her. She wouldn't have been of use anymore.
Well, okay, I'm gonna get to that. I know I don't think the Kane would let her walk out the door, but she's acting like he was asking for Jerome or Leon or somebody close. Like, what? You don't give a crap about Buckley and his crooked ass, or at least I'm Buckley has always been whack since day one, hasn't he? I
Yeah,
don't.
but
They're
she
so
just
disposable with everybody else. You
yeah.
would think that they would have the same energy for this guy. So I was just like, why are you being so loyal
No.
to
If
him?
Buckley had acted on his own accord with the incident as far as shooting Kane, but Louis made that happen. So as soon
Right.
as she would have said Buckley is here, he would have definitely killed her.
Well, okay, that answers that question. But I still, I mean, Kane does have legitimate beef, at least to be angry. Like this dude, we over here chilling in the cut, and the cop comes in here, and I'm, damn near puts me paralyzed or whatever.
Yeah.
But going back to Franklin, I was like, man, come on, Franklin, like, you are already sketchy, bro. And irrational. Don't just sink to this level. This slime on the ground.
Yeah.
Crap. And I didn't know what to think because when the pervert and Kane left, it was just them two in there. So I'm thinking, okay, he gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? You still a beat. You still get on my damn nerve, but I'm gonna come back. All right, just shut up. Just hold on as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? But he still got his foot down, talking about
He's
no, I already have it
indecisive.
in. Give up Buckley. So I was like, oh, Tyra, I don't know what to think. What's going
He's
on?
indecisive at that moment. It's just like, you know what? I don't know if I can see past everything that we've been through to get up to this point. You wanted to be in front. Like this is,
Yeah.
this is where we are. And now you're looking to, and I think it even cut a little deeper instead of like, I thought in that moment Louis would try to appeal to, the like familiar family nephew
Yes.
nature, but it was instantly, this is your fault. I was like, oh no,
She's
Louis,
so
that's not what we need.
yeah, she's so defiant. She's spitting on Kane's shoes. Like, why are you doing that? But anyway,
Cause she a thug. What you mean?
no. You see what happens when you People die because you want to play you too
It's
hard in the
like,
chest or
no, you're
whatever.
gonna like not you're not gonna break me right now. But yeah, once she realized at that moment, I just loved how everything that she held near and dear, what she's been fighting for this entire time, none of that helped you in this moment.
It did not. It did not. It did not. And so I don't know what to think, but Franklin walked out of there, and you can see it in his face. I guess he just made the decision.
Yeah.
Afterwards when he was in the car, like I can't, go out like that or have her go out like that. But at the same time, he can't just free her in
Yeah.
front of them.
He's smart.
He can't shoot his way out. He gotta play the part. So I'm watching this, looking at it from all angles, all perspectives. Let me put myself in this person's shoes, this person's shoes, this person's shoes. But again, I just didn't know what to think. And
Still my auntie.
yeah, yeah,
Regardless, even if it's not, still my auntie. What would this do to the family? What would this do to my Uncle Jerome? Especially when he said he was gonna have the homies run a train. I was like, man,
yeah.
I was really hoping we didn't take it there. Be like, oh man. But
Of
I saw
course.
just how persistent he was, because he could have just said, you know what, I beat you twice. You didn't answer. I tried to warn you that Louie was captured, but he went out of his way, like, let me contact Leon so he can answer the phone for him and we can really, help or try to get Louie. Like he showed up this episode.
That was smart too. He
Yeah.
gave him a fake address that they was at. I know Jerome was like, "What is going on?" As soon as you turn around the corner, you think you're gonna see your wife. You see Leon and Frank, like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Nigga,
is
what
that
you
LA?
doing?
Yeah. And so that's horrible. That's horrible. And another reason why Buckley needs to die, when he was finna call his cop friends
Smoking.
or whatever, he just dude is blowing his brains out with the crack or whatever, and we're talking about redeemable characters. We didn't get a chance to talk about this, but Jerome was one of them until he pistol whipped Beverly to death. That bothered me.
Oh,
You know.
that bothered me too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't. I think you may have made a comment on that in your video a while back.
Mhm.
I don't remember, but yeah, Gustavo's the only one left. But they show up. You don't think they had more men than that? With all the pool they have, they can't when they want to.
I mean,
Well, let me take it back because they couldn't just run up in there. The old dude did get shot. It was gated, so never mind. But what was you about to say? My fault. Go ahead.
nothing. I said damn it, I forgot.
My bad.
Nothing, just about them just coming together. Like I just love that everybody came together. It's been a minute since we've
Yes.
seen all of them together.
Yes. 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 Oh, and don't let me forget, I did like the project council that Leon was setting up when he was getting his hair braided. You know, why you rolling your eyes? I thought that was nice.
Um,
He was like, but he said,
but
hey, what if somebody has a problem? Well, they'll go to the person that we elect in that position. Why are you rolling your eyes? He
I'm
said, man,
so
but wait, we gotta feed the
over
people first. You said, go ahead.
over Leon. Like
Oh yes, why do you not like Leon?
I
Let's
was
hear
like,
it.
why are you here? We know why he's there or why he set it up in his mind that he was returning with Wanda. That is just completely obsolete. Every plan that you had to put into motion to, rally the people and show them a different life, like you came back here to get back into the lifestyle, possibly get Wanda back on the pipe to sell crack again. You were so hurt about poisoning the people. You came back to reiterate it again
What are
and
you
get your hair
talking about?
braided in the middle of the
No.
projects.
What do you mean? I disagree with everything you just said. I said, what?
Leon is not supposed to be there. Like, there is no purpose of you being here besides to put your life in jeopardy at this point. Like, I'm over it.
I'm not even gonna argue with you because you seem convinced. But no, actually, I am a little bit. Leon is trying to bring his people up. Okay, he can't eat someone. That's you can't just. I mean, he can, but he
Watch
just
Selling
supposed
Crack
to.
again.
He just supposed to get his millions and leave everybody, and now try to elevate his people somewhat.
He couldn't elevate or try to help his people. Like, you mean to tell me we gotta live next to the crack in this element that brought us down in the first place? You couldn't live somewhere else
Tyra, you
and
gotta
help them?
have there was no order, no code or whatever. They was spray painting the girl on the ground because she was passed out. That didn't happen when Leon was there.
Yeah.
Man, hold on. Y'all let us know. Who are you, Team Leon over here, or are you Team Tyra? I don't know why you. No, Leon is a G.
Look what happened. Look, that would have
Leon
never
is a
happened in
G.
Ghana.
you I don't know where this is coming from. I don't this don't make we're gonna
It
keep
will
it
be
going.
different. Okay, it would be different if it was just like, you know what? Just like with the little henchman or whatever, like everybody's getting anxious out here for the re-up for the product. If he was willing to take his money and reiterate it another way to go, you know what, hey, there are different choices that we can make. You know, we can do something else to make money that's not, you know, poisoning our people. Like, no, you're sitting here plotting for council to distribute crack reasonably. Like,
I know. Let me address that. I think that's exactly what he is trying to do. We just haven't got there yet.
all right, I'll wait on it.
So I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, now we got a big curveball here, but now I am under the impression that is exactly what he is going to do, and I don't think the council was for crack distribution. It could have been. I think they've been had that on. Like I think that was just for
No,
something
because
else.
before Franklin gets the phone call to go to the warehouse and he's with Veronique, he's reading up with the coke and he's like, I'm about to go drop this off to Leon.
Okay. Um, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I have some theories, but I don't want to just reach because I don't have that much evidence. But
Wait.
we will wait. We will see what happens in these 4 episodes. But I don't think that Leon is still going to poison his people. I think he's past that. But that's just me. You guys let us know what you think though. You got so. But anyway, they team up like the Power Rangers at the end and go to the warehouse. They're able to sneak in there by luck. This is gross by everybody. Every male there is a demon. I only one that is cool is redeemable is the brother at the gate that was like, "Hey, I want
Ricky.
to." What's that,
Ricky.
Ricky?
Reading a book, like
Right.
even at the stakeout, he was reading a book. I thought for
Yes.
all of 2 seconds he felt like, you know, what was going on was wrong and he was in on, you know, hey, I know Franklin Loki. I thought he was, you know, within, not, you know, not that they spoke to him or anything and said we're about to roll up and try to save Louie. I thought for all of 2 seconds that he was in on it, like go in there and rescue her. This is not okay. Like this is not a part of business. Like this is not
Right.
what's up.
This is demonic. This is diabolical. I mean,
Child.
like how
I love when
let's
he said, like, why would I want to be a part of train or not? Like she's screaming, this is unwarranted. What that's sick. I
right.
don't why would I want to do that?
Blood and just like period. It's just it's so many levels of debauchery and it just I couldn't accept that role, but that's just me, you know. But it's pretty much every dude in there and
It was
including Kane ass. I mean, at the very least, I was like, okay, maybe they just joking and it's not a funny joke, but maybe they just bluffing or whatever. But no, they going there, they kick the doors in. Leon and Scully, and you know, I like Scully. I'm glad he showed up.
Child, I
You
didn't
know,
get that.
what you mean?
Because like I was up for like I like Scully too, but I was like, wow, Scully really rolling up in here with the dude who killed his daughter and took out his girlfriend. Like that was different. I expected him to, you know, maybe like, yeah, let me send a couple of my henchmen to have y'all back. Like, no, you rolled in there to save Louis. I was like, okay,
That's he living
bro.
by a code though. Like
Yes,
it's just some stuff he's like, okay, I don't care what's happened in the past. I cannot allow this
yeah.
to happen. And then that I mean that's just I respect him for that, you know. And same thing I'm gonna call him Kanan for it with Franklin. You know, just like
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I just cannot let this slide. There's
Yeah.
just some
I
stuff
think it
that's
goes back to I was expect well, I'm thinking we're gonna see D next episode, that conversation that he had with Jerome last episode about, you know, the code, the honor, the young guys. Nobody has that anymore. The game is changing. And we see that like not one person in that building beyond maybe Ricky had any ounce of code, even though the pimp, even though he rolled up,
yeah, man.
just being really disgusting. Everybody was eager and equally and willing to go behind him.
That's just not even again, it's so many levels of how gross every aspect of that is. I do how do you feel about her talking back though? Like, oh, you know, you used to turn tricks before you can bust a nut yourself with the
Mm.
scars and I thought she was gonna break them, but it
For a
didn't work.
minute. I
You
loved
know,
it. I loved her because by the time she realized me telling him I'm wealthy and I can, pay him some money, that's not going to work. Even the situation with Franklin, like him getting leverage over Teddy, what I thought would work for me isn't going to work. Let me revert back to what I know. I've been a part of that lifestyle. I was, a hoe at one time. I could recognize what may have happened, with you and try to kind of revert back to old school Louie and drop the whole facade of, oh, I'm a businesswoman. Like at this moment, that's not
yeah.
going to, protect you. I thought maybe it would shake him a little bit and it bought her some time.
It did. It did. Did you have any idea what was going to happen at this point in time, or were you just kind of like, I think everything's going to be okay and work itself out? Because I was the latter myself. I didn't. I didn't anticipate Jerome. I love the way he came in there. I love the way everybody was taken out. He blasted dude through the door with the shotgun. That was very nice. I was like, yes, that is what your bitch ass deserve. And I was wondering, like, how is this standoff gonna play out? Of course, somebody gonna get shot. But Tara, I did not expect Jerome to die like this. And oh,
I
I
knew
was
Jerome was going to die.
I didn't. I
Well, we
didn't.
knew, we knew. I think not just maybe not even at this moment, but I think we all knew eventually Jerome would die.
I still don't think I was there. I know I'm pretty I think you said that, and Lamont and the company has as well. I just didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, I thought maybe at this moment, first of all, the trailer kind of gave us the okey doke. I thought when he captured somebody that it was going to be Jerome, but with it being Louie, I knew once he captured Louie and it wasn't initially Jerome, I was like, Jerome is about to die. Because I think all of us had it in our mind that despite everything that's going on, if Jerome was going to go for any reason, it's going to be protecting Louis. That's all he's ever did, like for majority of the time, is protect his loved ones, especially when it comes to Louis. I knew he wasn't going to walk out of that warehouse, but I just still wasn't prepared. I was hoping, I was like, because when he said go get Leon, I was like, hopefully Leon loops around and shoots Kane in the back, or
Right. I
something.
didn't even think of
get
that. Yeah.
get my man's out of here. But once it actually happened, and I broke down, be like, I had a whole tear. I was like,
Yeah.
no, Jerome.
Yeah. And it's Louis' down fault too. Because he
Oh,
wanted to leave that night or the next day. And all she had to do was say, okay, but she have to do the drop with Scully. And he has to intercept.
yes, that's what it was
Man.
gonna be. Even if it, came down to that moment, that something it's horrible that something like that had to wake her up. I think she still would have tried to, test his, like, are you really gonna leave? Like, okay, I need to do one more thing, or I need a little bit
You're
more time.
right.
She would have continued to try to push the
Yeah, yeah.
boundary. And I'm sure that none of that matters at this point because you have lost your husband. Like,
I hope not. I kept thinking like, okay, maybe the ambulance. I was like, no, they're not coming. Then I
he
was
shot him
like,
in the heart.
twice. It was two bullets too.
Yeah.
It was two. I'm thinking, okay, is this a dream sequence? No, I'm like, damn, he really did. He really died. And then Leon coming there, take a
Oh,
knee, because it's hitting
Franklin.
everybody.
When Franklin
Franklin up,
said "Unc," I was like, "Oh God!"
yeah, he crying in the chair. Oh man, Jerome, like the dude. And if he was gonna die, did he have to go out like this right before he was trying to exit the game?
That's how it
Saving his
happens.
ignorant wife and her.
That's how it happens. Be like,
Oh man,
it's no like clean bills. Like, okay, yeah, now I can. It all comes full circle and comes back around. Jerome has done. I love Jerome, but Jerome has done a lot. Jerome has caught a whole lot of bodies, as you said. Like the whole situation with Diamond, that just let me know. I was like, Lord, like it just he it I knew it was gonna end this way. I just wasn't ready to see it. That's all. Like, and I'm gonna miss his
yeah,
character in the episodes moving forward because we all love Jerome despite everything. Everybody loves Jerome.
yeah. Besides that pistol whip, he was one of my favorite characters. Oh man, yeah, Tyra. Yeah, that's it. Hit the credits, and
So
I'm crying, you
sad.
crying, we all cry. It's okay. Let's cry
I
in the
did.
comments together.
I did.
Still a great episode.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was coming. I was expecting this to focus on the Teddy versus Franklin part of the story, but they threw
Mm-mm.
this in there, man. And I'm pretty sure everybody gonna calm down.
Oh man, what about when Sissy finds out?
Yeah, I don't see Franklin and Louie arguing anymore. I don't think they'll
Different.
ever be friends or make up. But I think the beef has quailed at least. How you feel about that?
I'm sure it has. Like in the end, that really, puts things into perspective as far as, what's important for the both of them. Like you're worried about your $73 million. You're, worried about your power and your position. The person that you both love, the most equally, he's dead. Like it's
Yeah.
nothing to really just talk about now at this point, besides, moving forward and attending his funeral.
And I,
Oh,
yeah, and I was on. Yeah, they're gonna have. Well, they don't have to, but it would be disappointing if we didn't get a scene of that at least. I guess the only constructive thing to do now is to have the funeral, grieve as long as you can, and maybe y'all can come together and take Teddy out.
yeah.
But damn, man. There you go, guys. That's Snowfall, season 6, episode 6, titled "Concrete Jungle."
Mhm.
It's wild out there. It's wild out there. Before I cut it off, I mean, do you have any final thoughts or predictions for next week, or is that it?
Uh, I think V is gonna leave. If she's smart, she would leave.
Yeah.
Um, I really don't have any hopes of Franklin actually touching that $73 million again or getting it back. I feel like we're gonna lose even more people when it comes to the blows with Teddy, because as he said, like Teddy's gonna come for everybody. I don't think I think we're gonna lose Oso also.
Ooh, you can't. We can't lose two of the best. I was about to ask you that. Thank you. I was about to say who's gonna live, who's gonna die, and you just answered my
Also,
question.
if I Leon's getting on my nerves, but I just they can't take my boy. Like y'all can't take Jerome and Leon. Like y'all just can't. Yeah.
I think Veronique or the mom will die. I don't want that to happen.
Sissy?
Oh no, Veronique's mom.
Oh,
Man, yeah,
you
that'll
got
be
like
horrible.
Sissy.
That'll be horrible. Ooh, what if Wanda dies? I don't want her to die.
Oh, I'm in fear of Wanda really slipping back into, the element and the temptation of the drugs via being around it. What it's just a toxic environment. I feel like I've been like waiting on pins and needles for her to maybe get back on those drugs.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't even want to really think about what's going to happen next week because depressed that
Yeah.
Jerome is not here anymore. But guys, you let us know what you think about this episode, whether you liked it or whether you hated it, where you're somewhere in the middle. Is this your favorite episode of the season so far? How do you feel about Teddy killing not Teddy killing, Franklin killing Teddy's father? And how do you feel about Jerome's death? Again, we can cry in the comments. Whose fault is it? Do you blame Louis? Do you blame Kane? Who do you blame? Who? Just let us know how
It
you
was
feel.
Louie. It was Louie.
Yes, it was Louis. And what are your predictions? Who's going to live? Who's going to die? We got 4 episodes left, guys. 4 episodes left. And so light up those comments because me and Tara we're going to have a field day reading them.
Yes.
Tara, thank you so much for being here, ma'am. I do
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's always a pleasure.
Mm.
You know,
You, you,
you're
you already know, like, it's my dog. Like, you my homie. I'm gonna
already.
show up if I can. I'm gonna show up every single time. I look forward to us talking about the last 4 episodes. Like the show, this is it. This is the last season.
This is it. This is it. What you got going on in your world on your channel that's
Oh
growing like crazy
man,
for all
good
the good people out
stuff.
there?
Swarm is trying to show up with the views. Come on
Yeah.
by and check out my Swarm. I should be coming out with part 2 for that. Of course, I have school days here, house party. I will have my own Snowfall review up, and I also do Wu Tang on
Wu Tang, Wu Tang.
Wednesdays. Wu Tang on Wednesdays, and I have Dream Girls. Let's see. Dream Girls, Scream, and something else coming up. Like it's always a whole ton of a lot coming up, but more throwback reviews. All the paywall has been popping. Like I'm swamped with pay reviews, as well as keeping you guys entertained with contemporary shows and movies. So come
Yes.
on over and help me get to that 20K milestone, please.
Already. And she goes live too now, too, guys.
Yeah, I'm
She been
trying.
doing them live stuff too. So yeah, show her some love. That's her channel on my channel tab, description, social media is on the screen, all that good stuff. But for myself, I already know you're gonna get all this stuff right here, all of this goodness, all of this goodness. I got Swarm as well. Moving this round our show, talking Bel Air season 2. Of course, we're doing Snowfall trailer reactions, a couple of interviews, fresh out of the theater reactions. But to be a little bit more specific on everything that I have going on, I don't know what my nose is tickling. Check out the replay for Movie News Roundup show number 98. I'm 2 away from 100, and I'm very excited about that. Again, like I said, check out my live broadcast that I did with Movie Bay. That was fun. We talked for a couple of hours about that. Bel Air season 2, episode 4, recap and review. My Shazam Fury of the Gods review. Also, with my other homie, Miss Elia Cantu, we did Power Up Book 2 Ghost Season 3, Episode 1. That is back, so check that out as well. Check out my Creed 3 review, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And of course, me and Tara, we did a review for Turning Red. I had fun talking to her about that. This was one of the Oscar-nominated films for last year that just, had the Oscars last week. Also, I got Top Gun Maverick with one take, The Fablemans with one take, Avatar: The Way of Water with Lamont, The Whale with Lamont, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio with Chris, Banshees of Inisherin with Chris, also Triangle of Sadness with Elliot, Elvis with Malcolm, Tar with Kimberly, Causeway with Nagier, Everything Everywhere All at Once with Nagier, and then here was my Oscar recap as well. Man,
everything, B.
Yes. We talked about why Angela Bassett didn't win that award. That was messed up. And so watch all of those videos. There's a link to all of that in the description and the pinned comments of this video. Watch them 30 times each. I would really appreciate it. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Tyra, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.